What's going on, Jerome's? The Batman is out, and we just saw it. We just got the theaters. We just took a long ass piss because, well, here's what you need to do. The Batman. How long is this movie? Almost 3 hours, something like that. So, fluids ahead of time, pee before time, and don't drink during the movie. I know that it's hard, especially since a lot of theaters nowadays serve the adult beverages, but what can you do? And again, no spoilers in this one. No spoilers outside of what's like on IMDb, but I will say it's a fantastic movie. Now, I may be a little bit jaded because A, I am a Batman fanboy, and two, I've seen, well, B, two, whatever. I've seen Encanto 17,000 times, so this is a nice change of pace. But what can you do? And also, at the top, Batman fanboy. Now, I read some of the comics back in the day. As a little kid, I haven't really kept up with the comics or graphic novels as an adult, but the movies, man, the movies are great. Where I was a little bit too young for Michael Keaton Batman, but looking back at it, Michael Keaton, phenomenal. Jack Nicholson, his portrayal of the Joker was great as well at the time, but I really came of age. Batman Returns was a little bit ahead of my time too. I was kind of too young for the entire Tim Burton era, but Batman Forever, that's where it got me, man. Val Kilmer, Iceman. Iceman is Batman, and he always will be, man. George Clooney, not so much. But of course, the Nolan trilogy, Christian Bale did a great job. That's a cinematic history forever and always. And I respected Ben Affleck, but also, for some reason, I understand the world of superheroes. It's a little bit fantastical, and it's great, but you know, I never really got into Marvel. I never really got into DC Justice League because I just crossing that threshold where it's like, this can't happen, where Batman could happen. There's billionaires out there, man. Bezos, instead of sending his penis rocket up into space, he could be Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Bezos. Why not? Why not? But I will. So when they cast Robert Pattinson to be the new Batman, everyone was like, oh, here we go again. Oh, it's just a Twilight guy. Oh, it's just going to be this and that and the other thing. He was great. He was phenomenal. Plus, I respect Robert Pattinson as an actor. He was great in Tenet, and as soon as I saw Tenet, I was like, yeah, he's going to make a great Batman. He's going to be phenomenal. Where I feel like his performance was understated. I felt like he didn't try to go over the top, like the Christian Bale, Roy Kent voice. Oi, stop committing crimes. or something like that. Plus, yeah, from the trailers, it did just seem like it was going to be a hodgepodge. It's like, so the Penguin's there, the Catwoman, the Riddler, Falcone, the crime boss guys in there, but it worked. And well, I mean, it definitely worked because it was almost a 3-hour movie, right? But there was a lot to get to, and I know that there is something about superhero movies where everything's got to be this. And we're in an ADD society. Everything has to be Guardians of the Galaxy, where everything has to be action or funny every 2 seconds. Even though I love Guardians, like I said before, I'm not really into Marvel. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a great movie, but this one was really a slow burn, and it was a little bit slow, but the story kept moving along, and I really respected it. And also, it was beautifully shot. I don't know who the cinematographer was, but it was fantastic, and it was really good. It sets up for a sequel. No spoilers there. And if you're a follower of the comics, it's a bit of an amalgamation. A part of the influence was The Long Halloween, which was a fantastic comic series, which I remember reading as a kid, and then also Batman Year 2. So just a little bit of samplings from all over the place, and it was, you could almost say it was like grittier and darker than the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight series. And what was great about that is that it rooted it in reality, where you felt like, hey, Gotham City could be real. I mean, there are some cities that have some crime. Batman legitimately might show up. It was great, man. But I feel like this cinematic universe of the Batman this time around, I feel like Matt Reeves, he made it gritty, but didn't make it cartoony and campy like Tim Burton, even though that was a fun Gotham as well. You know what I mean? It's one of those spots. But yeah, I like I said, Robert Pattinson was great. Zoe Kravitz was phenomenal as well as Catwoman. Jeffrey Wright, I love everything that Jeffrey Wright is in. Jeffrey Wright, when he just showed up in Casino Royale, I was like, I'm the American Spy. Plus, you know what's amazing? Colin Farrell. And Colin Farrell doesn't get the respect that he deserves. I think that he's a phenomenal actor, a true detective. He was great in the movie SWAT, if you remember that. Also, what was the one about Mary Poppins, where the movie that, Saving Mr. Banks? Like, he was good in that too. But looking at the Penguin, like, you would never know that was Colin Farrell underneath all that makeup. I thought that his performance was great. I thought it was a splash of comic relief. And Paul Dano. Speaking of actors who are underrated, Paul Dano as the Riddler, where it was a performance where it was legitimately creepy. Like, it was stunning how creepy it was. Plus, like, you could see a villain like the Riddler in the real world, like, tonight on a special Dateline. Oh, the Riddler, he's at it again. Hey, diddle diddle, Riddler up the middle, or something like that. John Turturro. And this movie is full of fantastic actors and actresses. John Turturro is one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, from Rounders, of course. Andy Serkis. This is one of the first movies that Andy Serkis doesn't have to wear a green suit, where he's that green man. Fighter. No, it's a different thing, right? But Andy Serkis as Alfred, I think was really good. Overall, I think everyone in this friggin' movie was good. Also, so this isn't really a spoiler since it's right on the IMDb page, but Barry Keoghan as the unseen Arkham prisoner. It was good, man. But I will say, if you understand what you're getting into, where it's not going to be one of those superhero movies where every 2 seconds something happens, you're going to be in. Just be ready for a slow burn. Just enjoy every second of it. And I thought it was really good. Where I feel like it is unfair to compare new Batman movies to the Christopher Nolan trilogy, because I think that's... Yeah, I mean, in terms of superhero movies, or just movies, that's up there like Godfather 2 era, what we're talking about. So I will say that it taking out the Christopher Nolan movies, I will say this was probably my favorite Batman. A bit of that is recency bias, but also it's tough to compare apples and oranges, which, you know, the sort of campiness of the old school Batman movies, but, you know, the Bruckheimer and the, you know, Burton movies, etc. But I thought it was phenomenal. It's gonna be well worth your time. But remember, pee beforehand, and don't overconsume beverages, because otherwise you're gonna have to get up and pee, and you might miss something. But that's it. That's our review of The Batman. I'm Batman. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings and, I don't know, cinema takes. If you want to support the work, Venmo. Pay that man his money. Speaking of Rounders, Kanish, baby. But until next time, Skull, production value.